Hey guys, Tom here. In this video I'm going to talk about the Bet365 ITV Racing refund offer, otherwise known as the 4-to-1 offer. I'm making this video guide just purely because people have asked for it, and there are some people that don't have enough money in their bank accounts to do big offers like 2-up, so they want to do like the smaller offers like this, the 4-to-1 racing. If you do have a big enough bank account, or you plan on using a Bet365 account for other things in the future, avoid this offer like the plague. If you do this promotion, eventually you'll get gubbed, especially for doing £50 bets every single time. It's just a well-known gub magnet, this promotion. I personally don't do it. I stopped doing it a long time ago after hearing all the horror stories of people getting gubbed, and even to this day you see it all the time. Like, it is just perhaps one of the most, I don't know, it just alerts them. It's one of the most like gubbing offers you could get in the match betting space. But still, there are times when you can do it, and I'm going to go through that and show you how to do it in this video. Okay, so as I just said, I'm not a massive fan of this offer. I mean, I just want to put a massive disclaimer out there to start with. Tom says, do not do this promotion. It is... Anyway, I'm making this video because some people will do it, and there actually are some sort of situations where you do need this information. So that's purely why we're doing this. Do not do this promotion on a weekend. If you do it, you will get gubbed. You will lose your Bet365 account. You'll have made maybe one £50 bet. Great, you've made £40 profit, and you've lost your Bet365 account. Your Bet365 account is worth hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. So just do not do this offer, and save the Bet365 account for the 2-up promotion and the future promotions, because they are so much more valuable. But anyway, making this video because some people will have small bank accounts, and to do a 2-up promotion and make money off it, you kind of need a few £100 at least. So if you don't have that few £100, you've got maybe like a £30–40 bank, then you can do this on a weekend with like a £5 stake, or like a £10 stake maybe. And yeah, you'll be safe, because punters do put £5 bets on horses and £10 bets. Punters don't put £50 bets on every single race, so you'd kind of be safe with that. Another situation is, for example, Ascot in 2018, they did an offer where if you bet £50 on a horse, you got another £50 free for another race in Ascot. Had nothing to do with this offer. However, this offer sort of tied in with that, because on this offer, if your horse wins, you get a free bet on the next race, or a risk-free bet. And so for the original offer, if you bet 50 and got 50, if your original 50 won, then you would have triggered this promotion and got a £50 risk-free bet. So it's just good to know how it works for situations like that. But other than that, do not do it. Like, I'm begging you. It's just such a, I don't know, such a gub magnet. I mean, I've been match betting for years now, and I just stay clear of this, because even, back years ago, people were still getting gubbed from this. So if you imagine how hot on it they are nowadays, just avoid it, please, completely. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go through how it works, so you guys know anyway. And if you have any of the situations I mentioned before, if you've got a small bank account and you want to just do this with small stakes, or if you've done another promotion and you've accidentally won a bet, then this will be good to know. Okay, so it's called the 4-to-1 Racing Refund. It used to be called the Channel 4 Racing, and now it's called ITV Racing. Basically, racing used to be run on Channel 4, and now racing on Saturdays and Sundays, or whenever it's televised, is run on ITV. If you go onto Google and you just type in ITV Racing Schedule, there'll be the first link, itv.com/racing/TV schedule, and it will open up a list here. And this basically shows you every single race in the upcoming months. So this is updated every week as well. Every single race that's going to be televised. So for example, today was the 1st. It's Wednesday the 1st. I'm recording this. So there was 4 races that were televised on ITV. So this promotion runs on them 4 races. This promotion is only for ITV races. In the weeks, they'll do like a feature race, which isn't a televised race. It's just like a random race or two that you can run this on. But like I said, avoid it. Never do it in the week, even if you're doing small stakes. This is purely the ITV racing at the weekends and when big festivals are on. So yeah, there's the 4 races on the Wednesday. These would all qualify. And basically how the promotion works is you can bet up to £50 on any horse that are odds of above 5.0. So we've got the key terms down here. So you have to bet on a horse at odds of 5.0. And if the horse wins, you get a risk-free bet on the next race. It's as simple as that. So bet on a horse, 5.0 or above. If he wins, risk-free bet on the next race. He doesn't have to start at 5.0. Like when you bet on him, if he's 5.0, that's completely fine. If his odds drop before the start of the race, that's still completely fine. As long as you got on him at 5.0, it qualifies. So yeah, once you bet on him and you just lay him normally, then if the horse wins the race, you get a risk-free bet on the next race. So let's just go back to the schedule again. If I'd bet on the 1350, £50 on a horse, and he won, I then get a risk-free bet on the next race. And they don't normally message you because there's only like 30 minutes in between races anyway. So you just know if your horse has won, you'll know, and then you know you've got the risk-free bet at the same amount on the next race. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then for the risk-free bet, you just calculate it as free bet, stake not returned on the calculator, and if that one wins, you get another risk-free bet on the next race, and the next race, and the next race, until you lose. As soon as you lose, that's it, you start again. But I mean, I wouldn't be tackling all the races like I've explained before. So I'll just go into the strategies, the different strategies, because there's a couple of different ways we can tackle this offer. So let's have a look at how they are. Okay, so how does it actually work? Like, how do you place your back bets and your lay bets? The first option is by simply just backing and laying. It's the most easy one to do. No matter which strategy you decide to choose, it's the same profit in the long run. So the easiest way for the less headache is just backing and laying. So we'll go to the next ITV race, which is tomorrow, and we're at the end of day 2 now. So day 3, tomorrow's first race is 1350. Don't forget to check the ITV Racing schedule. So we'll go to the 1350 on the Thursday. So we've clicked on Thursday, 1350 Goodwood. And now we choose any horse above odds of 5.0. So we'll go for Rock Eagle and say we bet £5 on him. If Rock Eagle wins, the next race you get a risk-free bet. If Rock Eagle doesn't win, you get nothing, and you simply click on the next race and just start again, place a bet again as normal. So let's assume Rock Eagle has won. What do you do now? You've placed your £5 bet on here. Rock Eagle's won the race. What do? You go on to the 225 race, which is the very next race, and you just pick any horse above 5.0. And because the last horse won in the previous race, you've got a risk-free bet now. So you need to still use your own cash. You don't actually use any free bets. You use your own cash, place a bet, and if it loses, you get a refund up to the amount. So the first bet on the previous race was £5. So we're going to do exactly £5 on this race as well. We can't do more. We won't get refunded more. We'll only get refunded what we staked on the last race. So let's do a £5 again, and you simply just place your bet, and then you use the calculator. You don't use any free bets. Now, to use the calculator, it's exactly the same as using a free bet though. So we'll open up the team profit calculator, and we have bet on Precious Ramos Stew. So we'll do £5, and his odds were 7.0, and the lay odds on the exchange are 7.8, and we're 0% because market's 0% odds monkey commission. So once you've done that, make sure it's free bets SNR. It will tell you what to lay. So you go ahead and place your £5 back bet on the second race, and then you go ahead and lay £3.85 on the exchange, and that's it, you're sorted. If your horse wins, you instantly profit, and you can then get another risk-free bet on the next race. If your horse loses, you'll be slightly out of pocket. Well, by here it'll be £1.18 out of pocket, but then you'll get your £5 cash refund, making you £3.82 in profits. So yeah, that's it. And then if he then goes on to win, like I just said, you then get a risk-free bet on the next race. So you go to the 3 o'clock race, find a horse that's 5.0 or above, place £5 on it, go to the calculator. Calculator is free bet, stake not returned. Put in the lay odds, go and lay the horse. If he then wins this race, you get another risk-free bet on the 335. If he doesn't, you'll receive a £5 cash refund. And you can just keep doing this and doing this and doing this on every televised race until you lose. So if you have a win of like 5 horses in a row, that's why like you can absolutely clean up off this offer if you were doing £50 stakes. However, you will get gubbed straight away. So this is how you do it, but just if you are going to do it, do small stakes or only do it when there's a massive event on. But my opinion is just don't do it at all. But if you are one of the things I mentioned before, then obviously this would be how you do it. There's one other way to do as well, which is called overlaying. So I'll just quickly talk you through that. Overlaying is slightly different to normal backing and laying. It's just a way of like locking in profit at the start of each race. It's only a small lock-in in comparison to the amount you can win. However, some people prefer the guaranteed profit as opposed to letting it ride and hoping. I'll just give an example, like with if you're doing a full stake, and you bet £50, then on average you're going to make about £40 if your horse wins. If you're locking in before the race, you'll make about £4. And the downside of it as well is that if your horse does win, you're going to win all this money into the bookies, but you're still only making £4 no matter what happens. And it's more hassle because you have to use a risk-free bet, but that's still taking into account when you're making that £4. So I personally advise to, if you were doing this, use the back and lay method. However, some people prefer to overlay, so I'll just show you how it works. Let's say we do a £10 bet, and the odds are 5.0 and 5.2, and we're on 0% because we are with Odds Monkey, meaning markets have given us 0%. You open the calculator to the advanced mode by using this thing here, and what you'll see is 3 boxes: underlay, standard, and overlay. Underlay gives you no loss if the bookmaker wins, overlay gives you no loss if the exchange wins, and standard is the equilibrium in between. We're not actually using any of these really, like we are using overlay, but we're not using the amounts here. We need to fiddle around with this little bar at the bottom. So if you move the bar all the way to the right, you'll see it starts saying exchange lay wins, and it's giving you like a green number, which is good. This is what we want. So the max for some reason is 10.58, so you just have to fiddle around with this. Let's put it at say 15, and now we can move the bar along even more. What this is doing now is if your horse wins the race, you know you're getting a £10 risk-free bet. So from that £10 risk-free bet, you're going to make about £8, right? So if you're going to make £8 from the risk-free bet, then that means if the bookmaker wins, you can make yourself up to minus £8. Let's say minus £7.80. So in this situation here, if I laid £11.38 and the liability was £47.80, if the bookmaker won, I'd lose £7.80. However, I get a £10 risk-free bet and I'd make £8 off it, so I'd actually be 20p in profit. And then if the exchange won, I'd just instantly make £1.38. So as you can see, it's a win-win situation. No matter what happens, you're making profit. Despite this number being red, you know you're getting a £10 risk-free bet, and you know you're going to make £8 off it. So you're actually making 20p profit here. And then if the exchange wins, you're just guaranteeing 138. And that's literally what overlaying is. You can fiddle around with the bar. Like if you want to make it less, say I want to make exactly £1 on the exchange. If the exchange wins straight away, so the horse doesn't win. And then if the horse does win, I'm probably going to make around £2 or £1.50 with this one. So yeah, that's what overlaying is. It's a bit more work, and to be honest with you, it's not worth the hassle. If you do have any questions on overlaying, then obviously you can leave a comment in the YouTube video, or just ask us on the forum. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Sometimes it's necessary to alter your bets if you've like placed a bet earlier on in the day on a race, and then the race before you've triggered a risk-free bet, but then you've already placed your back and lay bet on the next race. I'll give you an example. So let's say the time's now 3 o'clock, and earlier on in the day I'd bet on a 3:35 race. I backed a horse and laid a horse because it was a close match, whatever. And then my horse in the 3 o'clock race has actually gone on and won. I've now got a risk-free bet on the 3:35, but I've already placed a bet on the 3:35, and I've already laid it earlier on in the day because I wasn't expecting my 3 o'clock horse to win. Well, the first bet you place on the 3:35 race will count for the risk-free bet. So the bet that you place earlier on the day is going to be the risk-free bet that Bet365 take. And obviously you've laid it as normal, like you use normal in the calculator, you didn't use free bet SNR. So it's a really, really quick and easy fix for this to adjust it. All you need to do is go onto your exchange and open up this race on the exchange and place a back bet on your horse. So if I'd already bet earlier on in the day on, let's say, Wild Illusion, because he's above 5.0, and I laid him, and then my 3 o'clock horse won, I now need to go onto exchange and place a back bet on Wild Illusion. I've backed and laid him, and I need to go on the exchange and place a back bet to cancel out some of the Bet365 stake. All you need to do is, to work out the back stake, is take the Bet365 stake. So if it was a £10 bet, this is what you take, the £10, and then you divide it by the exchange back odds. So in this example, I would do £10. Let's say the exchange odds are 6.0. I would do my £10 stake from Bet365 divide it by the exchange back odds of 6.0, and that will give me how much I need to stake on the exchange. I then stake that as a back bet on the horse on the exchange, and it just cancels out a bit of your bet for you, and then you're good to go. No matter what happens, you're going to make a little bit of profit next race. It might be a couple of pence out because obviously exchange commissions at times, and just the fact that it's not like a perfect situation, but that's how you cancel it out. You just work out what the stake should be. So Bet365 back stake divided by exchange back odds, and that will give you how much you need to back on the exchange. If you forget this formula, I'm going to make sure I'll leave it on the racing guides, and obviously we'll put it in the channel description as well for you. And if you do have any other questions, then do ask. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do the offer. It is a really good offer actually in terms of profitability, but it's just a massive gub magnet. Like, I can't even stress enough. If you just think of any offers you've seen so far, this is the worst in terms of gubbing, apart from people like RaceBets, like their sign-up offer, or some of the other bookies that like gub you instantly. This is, yeah, it's just terrible. So please stay away from this offer if you're doing 2-ups and you value your account. The only time you should really attempt this is sort of small stakes and on weekends. So the information's here anyway. But yeah, final words from Tom: avoid. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and it's at least giving you some information just in case you come across this situation. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, then please leave a like and comment on the video so other people get to see it as well. And if you have any other tips apart from avoid, then please do share them. Thank you very much.